Okay, I just wondered. Hello and welcome to Fresh Perspectives. My name is Gail. And my guests today, I have two guests. One of them is Patty Benton, and the other one is a beautiful girl named Cher. I'm hoping my husband is going to let me adopt her. Because she's one of the cutest, one of the kinds of dogs that I think is the cutest. But anyway, why don't you tell the viewing audience something about Cher? There's another one called Sunny.
Yeah, she came in with another Pomeranian, and his name is Sunny, so it's Sunny and Cher. Now, I'm not really sure if those were their names initially, because they're a couple years old, and a lot of times if they, if they're owner turnovers, we might know their names, but they did come from an out-of-state shelter. And
those are names you gave them when they arrived?
Well, they might have given them those names at the other shelter that they came from, where we'll transfer dogs into our shelter because other shelters are crowded. Ours is, Oh, no.
Oh, shoot.
Oh no.
Do you want me to come over and help you put it back on? That happens a lot around here, Patty. The microphones fall off of people.
So where did I leave off?
You were talking about Sunny and Cher.
Okay, so they came from an out-of-state shelter, and a lot of times, we get quite a few dogs from out-of-state shelters. So we don't, whether they came in with the name Sunny and Cher or whether the people at the other shelter just named them Sunny and Cher. Because a lot of times, people just dump them. But she's a couple years old, and she's been spayed, and she's up to date on shots. And she is available with or without Sunny. They can go together, or if you want double the fun, or they can be separated, and they'll be fine on their own. So.
She doesn't look like Cher, the famous Cher.
No, that Cher
I mean, that Cher has dark hair.
Right. So, but she seems to get along with other dogs because she's in a kennel next to a big dog. Her and Sunny, they share a kennel, and she's quiet now, but they do bark when there's something to bark at. Last night there was someone in the driveway, and I was at the shelter, and so there were a couple of them over on that side. They share a side, and they were all barking. So I went out to investigate, and there was a car in the driveway, which turned out to be somebody just picking up another dog that was coming in on transport. So, but these guys did alert me.
Oh,
so
they did.
They will alert you to strangers.
Yeah.
Now, whether
I've seen Pomeranians when I've been out and about, during the summer and like that, and there'll be like a really huge dog nearby, and these little tiny dogs will be barking like crazy at the big dog, like they're trying to intimidate the big dog.
Now, whether she would protect you or not, who knows? But she'd at least try to scare them.
Well, at least she wouldn't do too much damage.
She's starting to notice the TV.
Oh.
You see yourself over there? Yeah, what's
Have
that?
you had an experience with watching TV before, young lady?
You never know.
Yeah.
But she seems to have been, well cared for. So you never know. Like a lot of times, people have them, and I think a lot of times too with the little dogs, they might have belonged to older people, and they ended up
going into a nursing home
or some facility where they can't take their pet, and then maybe the other relatives, or if they don't have relatives.
She looks like a little fox.
Nobody can help out.
The Pomeranians look like little foxes.
She's adorable.
Is she potty trained then? How does she do?
I would say, if you're on a regular schedule, she would be good about going outside. At the shelter, a lot of times they're there for 11, 12 hours where they don't get out, overnight. And, then sometimes they do mess in their kennel, but then their kennel is like concrete floor.
Oh, yeah.
So I find that almost, it seems like every dog, they'll poop inside or pee inside, and then once they get into somebody's home and they're on a regular you know, people are taking them out, regular schedule, or crate training them, and then that ends that problem. And and she's a smart little thing, so I think if they have the opportunity to go out, they will go out and go.
She almost looks like she's wearing eyeliner.
You're so pretty. Yes, you're so cute.
Okay, there was something else I wanted to ask you about before we move on to the slumber party topic. I've been seeing your picture in the newspaper a lot. I mean, I've always seen your picture in the newspaper a lot. It seems like you not only do you come on television here, you must be getting pretty famous. Everybody around here must know who you are.
It's sad too, and you know I really am an introvert, so it's
well, at least we don't have a
right. You don't have
we don't have a live audience present when
Yeah.
you're on my program. So, but anyway, I wanted to say I heard you just recently did a talk for the Rotary about working at NCCR.
Right. Well, I am a member of Rotary, of the Westfield Mayville Rotary Club, and you know we try to have a speaker every week, and sometimes it's hard to find a speaker.
You have get-togethers every week?
Well, every other week. I'm sorry.
Oh,
It
okay.
used to be every week. Now it's
Every 2 weeks?
Twice a month.
Twice a month, okay.
The second and fourth Tuesday of the month, we have a Rotary meeting, and we generally like to have a speaker or some type of a program that's 20 minutes or whatever. So
Yeah, there was a picture of you in the paper with holding a microphone and talking.
Yeah, so I was, and it's a very small club, but a very active club. So, once in a while we're just at odds. We don't have somebody, and I don't know, it seems like people always want to hear about the dogs. And I hadn't done a talk on NCCR. A few years ago I did one to the Rotary Club, but it'd been several years, so I said, well, if you need a program, I could do a program, because we do have a lot of things going on, exciting things happening, and looking to the future of our shelter. And so I thought, there's a lot of people in Rotary that, we do have a lot of really good support from the people in Rotary, but some of the members are new and they might not know everything that happens down at the dog rescue.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I remember when
bring
I
'em up to
first
date.
started hosting Fresh Perspectives, almost 10 years ago, actually. It's hard to believe I've been doing it that long. But I remember Doc Hamill, he wanted to promote my show for me by interviewing me on one of his programs one time. So I did that. And then one time when I was having trouble finding somebody for some people during a certain month, a year or so later, I asked him, as long as he'd already interviewed me, I asked him if I could interview him on Fresh Perspectives. So he agreed to that. And he was, well, I was talking, with him because I knew he had a dog and like that. And he was, he was talking about this particular dog that he had been wanting to get one of. And, it had to be this certain breed and this and that and the other thing. And I said, well, why didn't you just go down to the Canine rescue and adopt a dog? And he said something about like, well, you've kind of put me on the spot now, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's the exact sentence he used, but anyway, it was something on that order. And then he went on to explain that he's allergic to most breeds of dogs.
Right.
So it had to be one of a certain, there's a few different breeds that he's not allergic to.
Right.
So that's why it had to be a certain kind of dog.
Yeah, well, that is true. A lot of people are allergic, and there are some dogs that are, they don't shed, or they're not as much dander. I don't know. As far as I know, I'm not allergic. Good thing. And but I understand that. I mean, the whole whole dog breeding thing. There are so many. I recently found this just online. I was doing some research. How many puppy mills? And I mean, puppy mills.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, well, they're not that many, but they're everywhere, and they're terrible.
Well,
Most of them.
You know, one time.
It's a puppy mill. It's terrible. I mean, a breeder can, and I struggle with that because they're trying to preserve the breed, but really what they're trying to preserve is like they've manipulated dogs to be like this, this. I mean, if this is a wolf descendant, seriously. So this one's been manipulated a lot genetically to get like this and stay like this.
Yeah, that one lady that used to come on Fresh Perspectives with a dog, I'm trying to think of her. Ann Molk,
Yeah.
That's right, Ann Molk. She told me that these Pomeranians are the smallest of the Nordic dogs, is what she told me.
Okay.
I had never heard that before,
Yeah.
but I can see it with the long snout
Yeah.
and the upward pointing ears.
Right.
I can see it.
Yeah, if she was 150 pounds, she might look like a wolf. But
She
whatever,
looks,
7 or 8
she looks
pounds.
more like a fox than
Yeah,
a wolf.
she does. Yeah, you're a cute little thing.
So, you were going to talk about the
Slumber
parties.
Okay, so something we started doing. The way we used to do it was you could adopt it, if you have an approved application, you do the application, you can either do a paper one or you do it online. We do have people that, do check your references, check your vet reference. If you've never had a pet, that doesn't mean, so you don't have a vet, in your back pocket, that doesn't mean no. That just, they'll check with, everybody has to start somewhere, so it might be your first one.
It might be the first time a person has ever
Right.
adopted a pet. So they wouldn't have a veterinarian
Right.
that could be a reference.
So that's not then that's not an automatic no. We check your personal references and, you do a meet and greet with the dog and,
Well,
then,
I have people that I pet sit for.
Yeah.
And they make, for both dogs and cats, actually, and they make good references.
Yeah. So so then, as long as you have an approved application, then you can take a dog home. It's the slumber party. Instead of saying, yes, I'm going to adopt it, you can take it home for it's kind of like a trial slumber party. They're going to come and stay at your house, and it can be up to 2 weeks. Now, if you take it home and you can see, like, in 24 hours, this is a disaster, Usually, you can be a little more patient maybe, hopefully, but sometimes people just can't deal with it, and they'll bring it back in a day. A lot of people, usually what ends up happening is it fits right in eventually, there's a few glitches. You might have, especially if it's a puppy, a few nights where you're...
Puppies are
they're like babies.
They're like terrorists. Yeah. They chew on everything and everybody when they're little like that.
Well, if you crate, crate training works great for a puppy. But anyway, so you can keep the dog up to 2 weeks. And at the 2-week time, when the time's up, you have to decide, it's not a good fit and we're going to bring it back to the shelter. So, you haven't spent any money other than just taking care of the dog for 2 weeks. And, we're fine with that. Like, you bring it back, it's like, okay, if it didn't work out, that's fine. If you want to try somebody else, now And then we also learn about the dogs that go out. Like, we don't know if it chases cats. Well, now we find out this dog terrorized my cats, and the cats hid and wouldn't come out for 2 weeks. So we can't do that to the cats because that's not fair,
Because they were out there first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had before we did the slumber party, somebody adopted a dog, and the kid at the house had some little furry critter, a gerbil or something. Well, and he had it out of the cage, and the dog just immediately went and got the little furry critter and killed it. But
oh my God!
Yeah, I know. And so they brought the dog back, and it's like, was it really the dog's fault? But whatever. So
yeah.
But anyway, you can. Hopefully that's not going to happen. But you can keep the dog for 2 weeks, and bring it back anytime or adopt it. So that gives you an idea. Like, is it? I mean, if you want to adopt it, you can. 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 If you It usually takes longer than that for a dog to really start to feel at
get
home
integrated
and,
into a house.
But 2 weeks is a pretty good trial period.
Yeah.
You know, and that we'd be willing to let them out. Oh, she's going to sleep now. We'd be willing to let them go out, and she does shed. So for people like Doc,
well, I suppose if she's a Nordic dog, then she's going to shed. I guess
she's shedding.
Isn't she?
I mean, she's taking a nap now. Well, are you waking up again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to say something about how your summer yard sale went this year?
Okay, the yard sale was fantastic again. We did it a little differently this year. We had our last day, we did it Friday, Saturday, and like Saturday afternoon, we made everything like half price.
Uh-huh.
And then Sunday, what we did, this was new this year, and we only did from 9 to 1. So
those were the hours, were 9 to 1?
On Sunday. Just on Sunday. So anything that was left in there, you paid, we charged $5 admission.
Oh.
And you could just take anything you could carry, you know, out of the place.
Oh, really?
And then, you know, but I think we had one person say, well, what if there's nothing in there that I want? And we're just like, well, then you just made a $5 donation to the dogs. But, you know, you're going to find something. So, okay, if you don't want to gamble your $5, that there's $5 worth of stuff in there that you could carry. And we had boxes, so you could take a big box, fill up a box, or, you know, drag out as much as you want, or take somebody in with you and take, you know, stuff. And that worked out great. And I think that last day we made $1,000, $5 at a time. And the nice thing about that was when we're all done, we have to do something with the leftovers. Now, rural ministries will come and take a truckload, and they have to be careful about what they take too. So we don't want to just offload, you know, unsellable items to them. So they come in and they pick what they want, and they'll take a truckload of stuff, and then we still have stuff left over, but we barely had anything left over after that. We had a few things. I took a few things to like, you know, Salvation Army will take some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And there was, I think, a thrift store in maybe Northeast. You know, a couple of volunteers like.
Yeah, there's.
But it wasn't a big deal to get rid of the leftovers. So, and we do put some stuff out at the road.
Yeah.
If it's just no one's going, you know, free, we'll have a free pile out there.
Yeah, there's a thrift store in Mayville. It's not open much, but it's there, and what it does is support the food pantry in Mayville. Yeah. And but they're only open, I think, I'm not sure about Wednesdays, but I think it's like Mondays, maybe Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from only 10 or 10:30 until 12:30, only a couple hours each of those days.
Well, that seems like
but
a good charity.
They do accept donations.
The other thing that was really great about the yard sale, we had a couple people, women, stop by a couple years ago and to make, you know, donate some stuff that they had, and they live up. They have like places on the lake for the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So they're here in the summer, and they live down south in the winter. And they came. They said, "Well, can we look around? Because we're just trying to put stuff away."
This was
a couple years ago.
Was this before the yard sale? Or?
Yeah, well, when we're taking stuff in. So we start taking stuff in July.
Okay.
So they came with some stuff to donate, and they, you know, we're trying to get stuff put away and organized. And they said, "Well, can we look around?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, you can't. You know, we got to wait. You know, we're so busy getting everything put away, and we don't have prices on stuff." And I said, unless you're a volunteer, I go, volunteers can, you know, look around. I mean,
so
you
did
see
they decide
everything.
to volunteer when you said that?
They said, well, do you need help? And it was one of those days where like the stuff is in boxes and that's all over the lawn, and we've got to get it all in the building before, you know, we leave. And I said, well, absolutely. So they rolled up their sleeves. They went to work. They love it. So they've been coming back every summer and helping us. And the one lady, like, I don't do jewelry. I'm not really a jewelry person. Well, she knows jewelry. So, and you know, people will just like, here's
She will help you
stuff.
price the jewelry.
So she started like really organizing the jewelry and putting everything and making it look nice. But also what she was doing is like if there was something that was valuable, like gold or silver or something that she knew would, you don't want to just sell this at a yard sale. So she packed up just a few items. There were a couple items and maybe, a handful of jewelry. So she said, well, if you don't mind, I'll take this stuff up to a place I can go to in Buffalo, and I'll see what they'll give us for it. Well, she got $5,000 for this handful of stuff that I would have just thought was, here, just
Wow.
junk, sell it for $5.
Oh my
whatever.
gosh.
So at the end of the, we were all done with the 3 days of the sale, and we ended up with an extra $5,000 from just her taking this jewelry
That small
up there.
amount of jewelry.
Yeah, just-
And she gave you the whole $5,000?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was
yeah.
wonderful.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that was wonderful. And then didn't you say that you participated with some of the dogs at the Fredonia Farm Festival?
Yeah,
was
we
it?
go to the farm festival every year. We don't bring dogs to that because it's
Oh, you
just,
don't? Oh,
no,
okay.
it's just too busy. It's so crowded.
Mm-hmm.
But we do a little basket raffle there. We'll have maybe, I think we had a dozen items or 13 items. We'll do a basket raffle, and we have the adoption book that, there's all the pictures of all the dogs and their description. And, if people want to, fill out a volunteer. So we usually end up getting a couple volunteers. Maybe we make $1,000 on our basket raffle, or 2,000. I don't even know what we made. Maybe it was more than 1,000. Anyway, we do pretty well in the basket raffle, and it just makes people aware of, this is a place you can go. And there are a lot of dogs that come through the park, so we see a lot of our alumni, as they're coming through the park. So, and then, we have the donation jug, so people are very supportive of us.
Once upon a time when I was participating in arts and craft shows, I was making gemstone bead jewelry and stuff like that. I only did it once, the Fredonia Farm Festival. I only did it once. It didn't seem to be worth.
Yeah.
I mean, the people just weren't really into buying.
It's
it didn't
tough
seem
to be
like,
a vendor at those things.
But anyways, I tried that one once, and I remember there was a woman that came walking along. She had one of those great big wolfhounds.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. They're this tall.
They're taller than us if
Oh,
they're
yeah.
standing on their
Oh,
hind
yeah.
legs. They're huge. And we were talking with her about her dog. I think it's the only wolfhound I've ever met. And she was telling us about it. She was telling us she'd paid $2,000 for the dog. It was, it costs an arm and a leg to buy a purebred dog.
Yeah.
And when somebody asked her what the life expectancy of the wolfhound was,
it's not.
she's going, about 6 years.
Yeah.
And I'm going, why would you pay that much money
Right.
for a dog that's probably only going to live to be 6 years old?
Right.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
the same with Great Danes. I mean,
Is it?
people love them and they're great, but maybe 8-9 years is old for a Great Dane. But like this girl here.
They have a reputation for being long-lived,
Yeah.
don't they?
So yeah, you might have her if you adopt her. You might have her for another 15 years. Now, think about that. You don't want to be going to a nursing home and offloading her.
There was this one woman, I remember I had gone to get my hair trimmed by a certain hairdresser. She was doing it in the basement of her home, and there were a few customers there, and there was another woman who'd been pulling weeds for her outside in her yard. And we kind of got to talking about the ages of dogs and things. And she was talking. She said, the one dog she had, she usually would feed her dogs puppy food when they were puppies, but she had this one dog that she never switched it over to adult dog food. And I don't know what kind of a dog it was. It was probably just a mixed breed or something. She goes, The dog lived to be 25 years
Wow.
old.
Wow.
I had a good laugh over
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you know.
Uh-huh.
What would it be about puppy food, you know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
might help a dog live to be that old? But you know, cats live into their 20s
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I've even heard, it doesn't happen often, but I have heard of cats living into their 30s.
Wow.
So,
Well, we've
but
got-
like I
we've-
said,
yeah.
it's unusual,
Yeah.
but it happens once in a while.
Well, we have one, and he's 17. So, but he still looks young.
He still
The one
looks you-
cat that we have. But you know,
Oh, the cat.
yeah, we have a cat at home. One cat, one rabbit, and 5 dogs. But the cat is, and he's very dog savvy. So
Oh, yeah.
he gets along with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have I could tell you about the Christmas sale we are having.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm not sure this will air before then.
okay, it's
depending-
November. I think November 22nd, 23rd.
That's when this one, the last,
When?
what?
December 6th.
Oh, okay.
What's December 6th? Oh, when this will air. Oh, okay. But
Okay.
you can tell us about it.
Well,
And then the
okay.
next time,
Yeah.
next
year.
we can have our station manager Chuck put an announcement up about
Okay.
it on the bulletin board. You know, when there isn't programming like this on, they usually have announcements that they keep rolling through.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll have to get you the exact dates because I think it's a Saturday and Sunday before Thanksgiving. So I think it's the 22nd, 23rd,
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. So with the yard sale, we get a lot of donations that are holiday themed, and people aren't really thinking about Christmas in July. Some people are.
Well, some people
Some
do,
people,
yeah.
some people are doing their Christmas shopping, not me. But so we do have a lot of Christmas decorations, and we get some really nice stuff. So last year, the first year we started this, like, let's just have a sale on that same weekend as the Christmas in Westfield celebration.
Oh, okay.
So they have the big deal downtown. They do on Friday night they light the Christmas tree, but then Saturday and Sunday they have horse-drawn carriage rides through the village, and they have a vendor show at Easton Hall, and they have a hot toddy crawl through different businesses downtown. And this year we're going to be on the hot toddy crawl, so we'll be listed on there. So
The hot toddy.
it's called a hot toddy crawl. There is alcohol involved in some of the stops. There won't be alcohol at the shelter, but we will have hot chocolate and hot spiced cider. And I think, I'm not positive, but I think like people that participate in it, each place they go, they get a little punch or something, like a little, checked off like you stopped. And I think they can win prizes if they've hit enough of the places. Not sure how that works, but we're going to be on that, so we'll be on the map so people will stop
Yeah.
and see. And we're going to have an open house and a sale of Christmas themed items, and we do it all in the Learning Center. So, it's indoor, it's nice and warm. We'll have complimentary cookies, and then people can go over to the shelter and visit with the dogs if they would like to.
Oh, okay.
So it's a fun thing, and it's another fundraiser for us. And we did very well last year with that too.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
Yeah.
I guess probably it would be a good idea to have Chris bring up the pictures
Okay, sure.
of the dogs that
Yep.
you have on the website and
Okay.
like that now.
Okay.
Quite often when we're showing the pictures with one of the episodes with you, some of them will be in foster homes.
Yeah, that's the
You'll-
thing. Like, there'll be some that I don't know a lot about. Oh, this one is oh my gosh, he's so cute. He's the cutest little thing. This one I do know about. He came in,
Isn't that the kind of dog that you and
That's a Shih
Steve had
Tzu, yeah.
adopted
Yeah, Shih
when
Tzu.
you were? It was your foster failure.
yeah, our foster failure. So this guy, Rudy, he's adorable. He came in a couple weeks ago, and somebody wanted him immediately. Like, he wasn't even in the shelter for 24 hours, and somebody adopted him. Well, they got him home, and then they decided it's not working out. He barks too much.
Seriously,
Yeah,
that's what dogs
he barks
do.
too much.
Well, you know, can I tell you a story? I was one time when I was over at the Chautauqua Institution, I think it was just in the spring of the year, there was a man walking around with a full-sized collie, and he was telling me that before he adopted her, the dog had belonged to somebody that was showing it at dog shows, and they had literally cut, had the dog's vocal cords cut, so it would not. He made some comment to me. It's criminal. He goes.
It is.
It's criminal.
It is. It's crazy what people do, but. So Rudy, he was only in, you know, he was with these people for a couple of weeks, and then they brought him back. So he was at the shelter. You know, we were looking. We don't like the little dogs. They really do better in a home if we can find a foster. So we reached out to the volunteers if anybody would foster him, and one of our volunteers did take him home. And she's got 3 little dogs already, and he's doing fine. So he gets along fine with. I think it might say on his page like he has to be the only one, but he doesn't. He's doing fine with 3 other little dogs in the home. So I think he would be fine. And do they belong to the foster parent? The other dogs?
The other dogs.
Yeah, the other 3 are hers, which she got all from our shelter. But she was nice enough to take one more home, so Rudy didn't have this. But when he was at the shelter, I was there like Wednesday night, and he was there. He did not make one peep. Like, he didn't bark at all.
Wow.
So, you know.
Well, you know, it's funny. The one dog that we had would bark at other animals. But he never barked at humans.
Yeah.
I swear to you, he never warned us if somebody had pulled in our driveway. Never warned us if, you know, there's something about when we're in our kitchen and we have this certain door closed to the room by the door, and we have maybe the radio going or something, we honestly do not hear if somebody's knocking on the door. We don't hear it. Well, so anyways, we don't hear it. So how many times we found notes stuck to our door?
Yeah.
Somebody's been here, but we didn't know it because we didn't
Not
hear
a great
them.
watchdog.
But the dog wouldn't. The dog wouldn't bark
Right.
at people. I don't know. I don't know why that was.
Well, I have 5 at home that'll bark if the leaf blows by the front door. So, or a person, or, you know, they'll sit on the couch and look out the picture window in the back of the house, and if they see somebody walking down the street, you know, one sets off the alarm, and then next thing I know, I've got 5 dogs at the back door. We have a fenced yard, so they can't, you know, go even near the road. It's a good, I don't know, 50 feet, 60 feet back from the road where the fence stops. But they're all about it, you know. UPS, the mailman, whatever. We are alerted. So, yeah.
Well, this dog did not do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the people would have thought if they'd tried walking into our house.
Well, I think
because this dog was one of those really big ones that we had, and we could never get it through his head that he should not jump up on visitors.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, if somebody would have come into our house, that dog would have been all over them.
Yeah. Well, Cher will jump on you, but she'll also bark when intruders are around. So,
yeah, that's good.
So she's a good one, yeah. So anyway, Rudy.
Okay.
Oh, this one, Lexi. Lexi's just still a puppy. So she's going to need some training. She's adorable. She's probably going to, I think she weighs about 50 pounds now.
Oh, 50?
So she's got some pretty big feet. So she need to get a little bigger, I think. But she's really nice. She's a very sweet girl. But, you know, a puppy. So she's still got puppy teeth, little sharp puppy teeth. So she's pretty young. And maybe, you know, I think they thought she was like 5 or 6 months old, but she may be younger than that because she still has baby teeth.
Oh, she has baby teeth?
Oh, yeah. So she's pretty young, and
Is that why they chew on everything when they're
probably,
puppies?
yeah.
You know,
when they're teething, maybe.
Yeah, it drives me crazy, puppies. You know, when they do that.
My older dogs, though, they chew. I mean, they're 9. The 10-year-old, she loves to chew on a nylabone, but her teeth are like white. When I take her to the vet, he can't believe she's that old because her teeth look so good. But you know, if they chew on stuff, then. You know, but nylabone's not my shoes, not, you know. But she will chew a hole in my jacket pocket whenever if I have treats in my pocket.
If you have treats in the pocket.
I come home and all it has to do is if there's the essence of treat in my pocket, she'll chew a hole through my pocket to try to get it.
And I'm sure she can smell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Okay, this one, Buckaroo.
Buckaroo.
I almost brought him, but he's kind of big.
One time when Kelly Thornton came in with a fairly small dog one time, whoever had the dog before it wound up in her shelter had named it Soccer Ball.
Oh, jeez.
But the dog, that was when before Alicia Briggs moved away, and Alicia had brought a cat that same day. The two of them had come in together. It was so funny that that dog, he was snuggled right up to the cat carrier, you know, before we took the cat out of it. It was so funny. Like he wanted to cuddle with the cat. So this is Buckaroo.
Okay, so this guy was an owner turnover, which is sad, but I guess what happened was the owner moved into a situation that wasn't really good for a dog to be wherever she was living, and her daughter just, you know, said, "This isn't good, Mom, you know, I'm going to get the dog out of here." But the daughter couldn't keep her either because she had, you know, small children and was a little overwhelmed herself, but just thought the dog could have a better home. So they did turn a dog over to us, and I think he's about 7 years old, border collie mix, really nice dog, but he's big. So I thought, well, this would be a lot easier on me today than trying to wrangle. And really, I haven't had.
He's pretty active then.
He's only been there about a week, and I really don't know that much about his personality. So, but
he's quite pretty.
He's very pretty. He seems like to be a really nice, you know, an all-around good dog. But probably, I'm thinking about on a leash and what I want to deal with in your studio. And I thought I'd play it safe with Cher. Which seems to be working out.
We don't want a dog tearing the studio apart.
Yeah, so she's just been sleeping on my lap for.
Oh my gosh! These are German Shepherds?
Yeah, and they're in foster care. And the smaller one is a puppy. Now I'm not sure if they are related, like if it's a mother and daughter situation, but they're one of our foster families in Forestville. She takes in shepherds all the time.
You know,
and, so they're both available.
The bigger one looks like it could be a purebred German Shepherd, but there was something about the smaller one. The ears were tilting down in that one picture.
Because like I said, they're in foster care, so I know about them, but I don't really know them. But she always has she's a great foster mom. She'll have 4 or 5 at her house, and she's got a big fenced yard, and they all get along, and she's retired, so she's got a lot of time to spend with them. So.
Okay.
So who's next?
It'll be a surprise.
Hopefully I'll know them.
Yeah, I know
this guy.
I know Ann Moak loves German Shepherds.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah. This one is Jericho. He came in from another shelter out of state a few weeks ago, but he's taken quite a while to really get comfortable and warm up. So he's still over on what we call the stray side, where he's got a big outdoor kennel, he's got a guillotine door, so people don't have to handle him to get out. But he's really coming along. He's just was very timid at first. Like I said, I think he's been there about 3 weeks now, and last night I was there by myself, and I'm trying to get him to come in. And every time he would come into his kennel, indoor kennel, and I put my hand on the thing to shut the guillotine door, he'd run back out. So well, how am I going to, so I had to, but if I go outside, let him out of his pen, and then into the garage, and then in this other door, and then he'll go into his kennel that way. So we just had to, whatever, you just got to outsmart him, I guess.
Yeah, everyone is different.
But-
He reminds me in looks similar to the really big one that we had that never barked at humans.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what mix he is, but I think he looks like a golden retriever, except he's black. He's about that size. He's really a nice dog. I think he'll just, if he was in someone's home, he was a little squirrely on a leash too, so probably a fenced yard at first. But he's learning to walk on a leash. He's just afraid. So I don't know what happened, who hurt him in his past. But he is a very nice dog. He's not aggressive at all. This little puppy, Bentley.
That's a cute one too.
He's adorable.
Oh, he.
It's a he.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a he, Bentley. They were in foster care. There's another one. And I don't know I can't remember its name because it's in foster care and I haven't met it yet.
This one's in foster care?
No, this
also?
one's back at the shelter. So this one was in foster care, got adopted by a young family, and then they thought that when the kid, it was fine, but when the kid had friends over, the kids were, and the kids are like 7, 8 years old, and they're roughhousing and whatever, and the dog was getting a little excited.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, put the dog in another room or crate the dog or, send the boys outside to roughhouse. But they thought, and little dogs, they'll be like, even big dogs, like if you like playing rough, they'll be kind of like rah, 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 like they're growly and stuff. And it's just play. For them, it's just play.
Yeah.
But this scared the people, so they brought him back.
Oh,
so
okay.
He's back at the shelter. He's super cute, very pretty. He's, I think, 4 or 5 months old, so he's going to get a little bigger, but probably not. He's probably like, what's that, Sheltie? Maybe he's got some Sheltie.
Oh, like a Sheltie?
Mix, So but he's sweet. This one I don't know, so maybe this is the other one.
Misty.
So Misty might be the other one that is still in foster care, that is related to Bentley, or maybe I think they might have come from the same litter.
Really?
So, yeah.
Boy, they look a lot different from each other.
So, I'm not really sure. So you'd have to go to the website and read the
Of course,
description.
if more than one, a male and a female weren't the same kind of dog, they'd have a variety of different looks in the puppies.
True, right. And a litter can have more than one father. So then the dogs can look.
That's right. I guess I did hear that at some point in time.
So this is Bambi.
Bambi.
She looks like a little deer. She's very sweet. She's another one. She got adopted, and then they brought her back because they said she was too clingy.
Clingy?
I guess, I'm trying to take a shower, and she's sitting outside the door whining. I'm like, well, just let her into let her come in the bathroom with you. I don't really understand what people expect when they take a dog home sometimes.
What I'm wondering is, would that mean that maybe the dog might be predisposed to separation anxiety?
Maybe, but I think...
if it's crying outside the bathroom
Well, I think in this situation, they kind of wanted a dog for, kind of be like a emotional support dog for someone in the family.
Oh.
And I think, dogs really pick up on your anxiety or your feelings. So I just have to wonder, was this dog being anxious? I'm just guessing, because there was anxiety coming off of this person. Was this making the dog anxious? I don't know, because she's fun. I took her for a walk today. She's very alert. She's wanting to see, she's not afraid of the cars going by. She saw another dog. It was in a car barking. It was in a driveway. She had, she was alert, but she didn't bark at the dog, or she was fine. So I think she just needs some TLC and a calm, a normal situation. So I don't know. This one's in foster care too, but I think
This
this
one
is
looks there like
Germain, I think.
Germain. It looks like it could be poodle.
Yeah, he's a poodle. He came from, yeah, that's Germain.
Because there's that curly hair.
Yeah. He came in, I think there were 4 of them, and they were named after the Jackson 5.
Oh, really?
So we had Germain and Michael and Tito, and I think Germain's the last one that hasn't been adopted yet. But he's a nice little dog. He gets along with other dogs. He's in a house with other little dogs. The lady has little dogs, so he's a sweetie.
One time, somebody that I knew had gone and adopted a couple of little poodles, and one was a male that was white, and one was a female that was black, and their names were Casper and Wendy.
Oh.
The white one was
Right,
Casper, and
Yeah.
the black one was Wendy.
That's funny. Yeah, so he's available still, as far as I know, if you want a little poodle. Oh, this is Mia.
Mia.
Okay, Mia was abandoned, left in an apartment. The people left her there.
You mean they literally moved away?
They moved away and left her in an apartment. And I think they got arrested for this. So it was in the paper. I don't recall. Of course, I wouldn't say their names anyway because it's alleged,
She reminds me of that pit bull that you brought in here one other time that was a female that was Heaven.
Oh, yeah, Heaven, yeah. She's
Heaven,
living the dream. She's still
looks
happy.
similar to Heaven.
Yeah, Heaven was, gray. Heaven was gray and white. Her name's Ivy now, Heaven, in her new home.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this one, Mia, she would probably have to be an only dog. She's a real sweetheart, a cuddle bug, but she gets really excited, around other dogs. When in the shelter, when I take her in and out, she's got to let everybody know, I'm going out now, I'm coming back in,
Sort of little aggressive towards the other dogs.
I don't know if it's aggression or she just wants to, and we're not just going to let them loose to see, will they play together or will they be shredding each other? So, we just try to keep everybody calm. But in that environment, again, it's like, are they potty trained? Well, probably at your house they would be. And would they be like aggressive with other dogs? Would they be like that? Because when you take her out on a walk, she's just fine. But it's just, there's so much, I don't know, just the dog excitement in the, when you've got this L-shaped, or, you got this room and it's an L-shape where all their kennels are.
Yeah.
And so they just, anytime a pin drops, everybody's got to start barking and get everybody else all excited, so.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, okay, he's going to have surgery. You can see he's got a cherry eye. That's what it's called, a cherry eye. He's got that little red thing in the corner of his eye.
What does that mean?
I just think it's just like part of the, okay, I'm not a vet, but like part of the tissue of the eye has just been sticking out, and it's not attractive. It doesn't seem to hurt him. Maximilian, his name is. He's another one. He's very young. He's kind of big right now. He'll probably be a little bigger. But he's got surgery scheduled to get the eye fixed.
Oh,
so
okay.
He'll have 2 normal looking eyes when he's done. And he's a very nice dog. He looks a little skinny in that picture, but he's put on some weight since he's been in the shelter. But like I said, young. He's, I don't know, less than a year old. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he's he's very smart. Like when we first got him, he would, you're trying to get him out of the kennel, he'd jump up and he'd grab your sleeves and whatever. And now I've got him like, he'll sit, I'll have a little tiny treat, and I open the thing and I have the loop ready to loop him, and he'll just walk right through the loop to get the treat. And then, I just tell him to stay off, and he does. He's really come a long way with just, the little bit of instruction he's going to get training at the shelter, because it's hard because you're doing, you've got all those dogs and everybody's barking and they're in and out. But he's a smart little dog. He's going to be good. Sugar. Okay.
Sugar.
Sugar has a trainer coming to work with her because she was pretty reactive to other dogs.
Oh.
But as a single dog, this morning we were in there cleaning and we just let her come in and hang out with us. And, house training, like we have these floor drains, Well, she had to pee. She went over and peed on the floor drain, like right over the drain. I was like, wow, Sugar, good job. You know, instead of just peeing on the floor somewhere. She's very, very, she loves to be with a person. So she's very sweet. But when there's other dogs around, she's, you know, right at them. So.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, she's really reactive to other dogs. But I think if she was the only dog, I mean, she would be your loyal best friend forever. So be very nice. She's not that big either. This guy, is this pickup?
Amber.
Oh, Amber. Okay, that's girl, Amber. Okay, Amber was she's been with us for quite a while. Trying to remember if it was last spring, I think. There were dogs found on the beach. Somebody just abandoned a couple of dogs down in Barcelona, and we were able to, Chuck, the dog catcher, he was able to get them finally. It took a couple weeks.
Oh, gosh.
One of them got hit by a car in the meantime, Onyx, and he got fixed up and he was adopted. But Amber's still with us. She does like other dogs. She's got a lot of energy. But again, she's, you know, she will listen if you tell her get off, stay down, sit. She'll sit for a treat. And she likes to go for walks, and she just loves to be with a person. So we really have a lot of big dogs there right now, like bigger, stronger,
really
peppy,
big ones. Yeah.
young and peppy. Pica or Pica, I don't know, it's P-I-C-A.
P-I-C-A?
P-I-C-A, Pica pack of pickled peppers.
That sounds like the word pica.
Maybe it's pica. I don't know. Anyway, we call them all different things. And he's another one. He's like a big, boisterous, but he's a lot of fun. He knows right where his kennel is. He runs right into his kennel and sits down because he's expecting you to give him a treat, which I always do. And he walks nicely on a leash. He likes other dogs. He has another dog playmate while he's there. He plays with Prince, who's not I don't think Prince is on our website. But anyway, he's a good boy. But again, big, strong, will need ongoing training. He's got nice teeth. Do we have anybody else?
Yeah, we were talking about the potty training at the beginning. Oh, here's somebody.
Oh, Franklin. Franklin needs really a special home. He was found stray in Fredonia. They ended up with it. He ended up at the Fredonia Animal Hospital, and then we took him in. He's adorable.
He's got a cute face.
He is adorable, and he will play tug of war with you. He loves to go for walks. He is, very good with, until he isn't. Like today, I'm watching like one of our volunteers. She's playing tug of war with him, and then she went to leave his. He's in the back, and so he's got like great big kennel. He's got a guillotine door. He's got an outdoor area that patio he can go out onto. But she tried to like just straighten his blanket, and he went after her.
Oh,
gosh. He's like, and then she's like, okay, I'm sorry, whatever. And he's just like, Arr. So he would just take a real special home, like somebody that's, going to really respect his boundaries after they learn what they are. So, but like I said, he does. Hey, you woke up. Did you have a nice nap? She's like, where am I? Oh, this one. Okay.
This is a bulldog.
I think this one has been on the website, but I think it says adoption pending. Yeah, Lucy, for a long time. I think she had some health issues, so the shelter is still.
She's in a foster home. It says there.
So I think they wanted to adopt her, though. I'm not really sure about her. It says adoption pending, so I think we're just waiting. Or. I'm not, you'd have to call the shelter and ask, because I'm not really sure what her status is. I thought she was getting adopted by who's ever got her in foster, but maybe because of the medical issues, she had some ongoing medical issues. And so we're still, we don't want to adopt a dog out to somebody that got so many, they find out, okay, it's going to need this kind of surgery or that kind of surgery. We'd rather keep them in the home and we'll just pay for whatever it needs while you still have it. So, okay, what is on my hand? She's licking my hand. Oh,
this is a kind of a hound.
This is
here.
Susie. Susie is a hound dog. If you want a hound dog, I think, she ended up, I don't know if she was stray or came in from another shelter, but this is the kind of dog that if you let it out and it's not trained and you don't have a tracking collar on it, she's not coming back. She's going to keep following the scent to the next county, to the next state. You let her out in the yard and there's always something either underground or on the other side of the fence that she's really a hunter. So I'm going to sneeze. Am I allergic to you? Is it? Have I had enough of you in my lap?
She looked at you funny after you
I'm
sneezed.
sorry. It might have been your fault. So you have to hold her. Oh, that's Justice, and he has a brother, Jeb. They're very shy. They were very mistreated when they were young. They've been with us for a couple of years.
Oh,
So they're going to be another special case. Like if someone wanted to take one or two, I mean, it says they could be separated. I think they really would like to be together.
Yeah, I thought that I'd heard those names before.
Yeah, they've been there for a couple of years. So you'd need a fenced yard and you'd need to really take it slow with them. They will take treats from my hand. They will. You can pet them, but they don't really like it. So there's a hot dog. That's their favorite thing.
Okay, so who's this then?
This is Jeb.
Jeb.
He's the brother of Justice, even though they don't look alike.
Okay.
But they came from some southern state where some guy treated them really roughly. He had he thought he had a rescue in his backyard, but he wasn't very nice to the dogs.
Yeah, that's too bad.
There were, we had the mother, the father, and 3 of the kids. Oh, is that Prince? My Prince? Oh, Sasha. Sasha looks like Prince. Okay. Sasha's in a foster home. She came in. She had puppies. The puppies all got adopted. And she's a very nice dog. So, but she's still waiting for a home. I thought maybe it was going to be Prince, and Prince is one of my favorites, but he doesn't trust new people at all.
Oh.
So if somebody wanted to adopt Prince, they'd have, and he gets along with other dogs. He's the one that plays with Pika, whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. They play together. He's had several dog playmates I think he's been there for about 3 years. But new people, he scares them, He jumps up and he's like, but I mean, I take him out in the yard. I take him for walks. He'll let me. I can pick a ball up and throw it, and he's got several volunteers that play with him and take him for walks. But if someone new, and then some of the volunteers are just like a little bit skeptical. They're like, I don't know about him, so just don't, they just. But he's got a room in the back, and he's got a guillotine door.
Mm-hmm. This is the last one.
There's one more.
Oh, there they are. Okay, so that's the girl on my lap.
Sonny and Cher.
Sonny and Cher.
Sonny's the one.
Yeah, the one in the lower part of the picture with the
kind of blonde looking.
He's got his hair is a little longer. They both are about 7 or 8 pounds maybe, and they're both a couple years old. And they can go together or they can go separate. So she seems fine right now without him, and I think he's fine back there without her. I thought about bringing both of them, but I didn't know how that would pan out. Is there time left? Are we out of time?
10 seconds.
10 seconds, okay. Capital campaign, we're going to build a new facility. It's not going to get bigger, it's just going to get better, and you'll be hearing more about that in the near future.
If you need to say a little bit more, I'm allowed to run over a little bit.
Okay, well, we do have an architect, we do have a plan. We are going to be doing a giant fundraising. We're hoping to get some big grants. And yeah, we need a new building, really, and we'll turn the old building into like storage and isolation for like a few dogs or puppies or whatever. We're not going to have any more dogs. We're going to do the same thing, only in a nicer, more modern not rusty, not things broken, new building. But it's going to take a lot to get there, but we're determined. So.
Well, thank you for coming on Fresh Perspectives again today.
You're welcome.
And I will see those of you in the viewing audience when I do the next episode.